Thanks for joining us on the primetime newscast in the English language on Canal the International. My name is Gladys Ambodiban. Stay tuned for our major stories. Creation of the Association of Retailers, locally referred to as Bayam Selams in the northwest region of Cameroon. It has a second coordinator. It was installed in Bamenda in the northwest region of Cameroon at the upstation esplanade of the Mezam SDO's office to take care of the grassroots traders in the northwest region and a plea for the current security crisis to end. And commonplace to see Cameroonians roaming around with identity receipts most months after month, some over 1 year. The original are still not available. It is a tiring and boring situation, as many decry the torture in the acquisition of the 10-year cover document. You have that in this newscast. And Cameroon is said to have huge potentials to permit her grab enormous international opportunities that would boost the economy. The chairman of the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council, Sir Jonathan Peter Malan, reiterated the statement as he met with business persons in Douala on October 12, 2022. Thanks for joining us once again. We take you straight to Bamenda in the northwest region of Cameroon, 18 years after the creation of the Association of Retailers, locally known as the Bayam Selams, in the northwest region of Cameroon. The association now houses its second coordinator. He was installed in the Bamenda upstation at the Mezam SDO's office to take care of the affairs of retailers in markets in Bamenda, and equally called on the security situation in the northwest to come to an end. Stephanie Chin has more on that story.
The new regional coordinator of the Association of Petty Traders, commonly known as Bayam Selam for the Northwest, has been enjoined to be a political and scout for more members. The call is from the Vice National President of ASB, while installing Mr. Kombowo Michael Nimpa in Bamenda on Wednesday, October 12, 2022.
Say we not go turn this ASB for political party. Because if I will make discrimination, I will go man and take my family member. But I don't make discrimination. I don't want to catch you. Some person complain for me to say you don't make discrimination.
In the presence of the governor's representative and visiting delegations from neighboring Western South regions, the ceremony also saw a display of items characteristic of the daily toiling and moiling of this grassroots segments of the population.
Should associate all by themselves, be it big or small, so that together they can form a good union. Together we stand and divided we fall. I intend to go right to the suburbs, from the division, the subdivision, to all the council and right to all the villages, so that I will gather as many people as we can, so that we see how we can multiply food in our nation.
Being the mothers of humanity, the women-dominated association also cried out for an end to rampant killings and effective return to school throughout the entire northwest region.
And let's talk about difficulties in acquiring the national identity cards. It is commonplace to see many Cameroonians roaming around with the identity cards receipts. The originals are still not made available several years after they are being established. Tiring and boring, as many decry, it is torture to accuse or to acquire the document which is needed to carry out several activities. The details of the story with Umo Kusome.
Here since 9:30 a.m. and it's past midday, she is running out of patience.
They are not saying anything. They will take the receipt and enter there and ask us to wait outside. People are under the sun, sweating. We are tired.
Deposited documents for national identity cards since 2019. Until date, no glimpse of the original. A big hindrance to her progress.
I was making that ID that year to travel. 6 months came there. I went back there, they said that the original one is not out, then they stamp it. So far I went to make my document, they said no, they cannot make any document because they want original ID card. So I'm very blocked where I'm standing here because that ID card has stopped me to do so many things in my own life, in my own future. And I'm in my country, Cameroon. I'm really tired of my country.
This not without efforts for answers, all still in vain.
Times you call the number, it will not even pass. The other one, you will see them online, you write, they will not reply you. Or the one that you tried and call, they say, they will check onto it. Since then, you come back to commissariat, they will start singing the same song.
Clement shares the same story, which is not different from the general cry all over the country. Many are of the opinion that national identity cards should be given the same attention like the passport.
Aujourd'hui, je ne sais pas quelle est la procédure à adopter vraiment pour avoir sa carte, parce que je suis déjà vraiment gêné, sincèrement, par le fait de ne pas avoir la carte, parce que je suis brutalisé, je suis souvent interpellé à tout bout de chemin par les agents. Je n'arrive même plus à me déplacer normalement.
Like grains, not all face the same fate. Acquisition of the original ID cards very easy for some. For after, say, about 2 months, they retrieved the national laissez-passer without any stress. Despite the crisis all over, the government still reassures the population that the situation is under control.
And we talk economy. Cameroon is set to have huge potentials to permit her grab enormous international opportunities that would boost the economy. The chairman of the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council, Sir Jonathan Peter Malan, met with business persons in Cameroon's economic city, Douala, yesterday, during which he was amazed with what he was presented as opportunities in Cameroon. The details in this report. From the National Museum, the Douala Port Authority, and the Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Crafts, the chairman of the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council, Lord Jonathan Peter Malan, was overwhelmed. He was clear on his intentions to develop a network of business opportunities with member countries. At the Douala Port Authority, he was presented the rehabilitation projects to improve the fluidity and safety of operations at the container terminal.
It's an exciting project, container port, a whole new region of Douala being developed to create prosperity, not just for people of Cameroon, but for the neighbouring countries. And prosperity brings peace, it brings an improvement in living standards, and that's what we want to see in this region.
With Cameroon having huge potentials, business persons believe it is a good opportunity for the country to grab.
We are looking for foreign direct investment. We are looking to develop our agricultural sector. We are looking to developing processing what we produce. It's now a drive for a certain level of positive import substitution.
The chairman of the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council is equally convinced Cameroon is armed to embrace prosperity with its huge potentials. And we remain on the visit of Sir Jonathan Peter Malan, who equally made a stopover at the National Shipper Council, where he equally met with small and medium-sized enterprises that depend on the National Shippers Council. Let's have the details in this report. Le Centre de Vie de la Dibamber, a cross-border transport facilitation infrastructure presented by the General Manager of the National Shippers Council. This was on the sidelines of the visit of the Chairman of the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council, Sir Jonathan Peter Malan, to Cameroon to develop a network of business opportunities.
Very important for us to show to the President of Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council what we do concretely. You know, people don't know exactly what Cameroon National Shippers Council do that job, and at the same time, people don't know very well the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council. We are the first member of the CWEC in Cameroon, and even the high authorities know that it's by Cameroon National Shippers Council that Lord Marland pay a visit in Cameroon.
The chairman of the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council also made a stopover at the Douala Maritime Museum, where he had an exchange with businesses that benefit from the support of the National Shippers Council.
It was very important for us to show him what we do. You know, since the morning we were in the PAD, where he saw the Bank of Project of PAD, he saw some infrastructure of PAD. We were in the Maritime Museum, we were in Chicam, we were in the Chambre de Commerce, where we end with Saint Jessica. So it was also important for us to show what we do by ourselves and by our own means. We don't functioning with a state subvention. All we do with our own means. And generally, the service we offer are free, you know, for the shippers. Is our contribution to the development of trade of our country.
Sir Jonathan Peter Marland was amazed by presentations made at the National Shippers Council and expressed hopes of greater opportunities with Cameroon. He was in the country on the invitation of the Prime Minister, heads of government.
An institute universitaire, the Grands Écoles de Tropiques, has reopened its doors for the 2022-2023 academic year, with focus on the professionalization of studies and building partnerships with companies. More indeed tells us more about the goals of the leading institutes of higher learning. Her report.
With over 10 years of existence, counting more than 5,000 students, out of which 2,000 graduate each year in diverse fields of study, Institut Universitaire de Grands Écoles de Tropiques, UGET, situated in the heart of Bonamoussadi, in Douala, Cameroon, stands tall as one of the leading institutions of higher learning in Cameroon.
The most fundamental factor is its infrastructure and its accessibility. In terms of quality, UGET stands a little bit distinct because we have a lot of quality teachers and quality management.
UGET uniqueness is seen in areas of academic excellence and research. The professionalization of studies has been fully embraced by the over 500 lecturers in all three campuses, that is, Bonamoussadi, Bonaberi, Katritash, and Bonaberi, Rai.
UGET at first was mostly theoretical. Now UGET has gone more practical in terms of actually placing students for internship, making them have practical knowledge, hands-on, in terms of management. But for the engineering and industrial sector, UGET focuses more on practical.
The higher institution of learning has three specialized schools: School of Engineering, School of Management, and School of Health Sciences. These with the objective of training young Africans that could eventually create and build projects geared towards boosting economies and solid nations. The campus is full to capacity, with both old students and freshmen conscious of the environment and what awaits them in the near future.
I decided to go with UGET because, I think they are really good with what they do. And I was also recommended by a friend who graduated, so I think it's a good university.
UGET is one of the best commercial schools in Douala, and it is known for its discipline, and I propose UGET to all of my classmates and all those who are still writing to come here because it is a very good school, very disciplined and clean school.
Studying at UJET University encourages creativity and independent thoughts.
And let's talk health before we wrap up this edition of the news. Out of 50,000 new patients or cataract patients who need surgery, just about 12,000 of them are fortunate to be operated upon. The statistics were made known today on the occasion of World Sight Day. Are they or an occasion to reiterate the need for people with sight problems to prioritize their health? The details with Beatrice Gamo from the
Cataract is a clouding of the lens in the eye, leading to a decrease in vision. 150,000 Cameroonians suffers from this eye impairment, with 50,000 new people every year who need sight restoring cataract surgery.
Unfortunately, in Cameroon, we are only able to perform about 12,000 cataract operations per year. And one of the reasons why people are not coming for surgery is because of money.
When we are born, our eyes are transparent, but over time, it becomes opaque. One of the blessings of living long enough is that you will have cataract. It's like gray hair.
And if we all live long enough, 70, 80 years, we will all have cataract. Luckily enough, the technology and the competencies to take care of cataract are available in Cameroon, not only in this hospital.
The World Sight Day this October the 13th, occasion to raise awareness on blindness, and especially blindness from cataract. Prevention can be:
if you have your diabetes well controlled, you will reduce the risk of developing cataract. But secondly, we should avoid activities which can cause injury to the eye. You have to buy sunglasses which have 100% ultraviolet ray filtration. Make sure you go to an optician and you buy good quality glasses.
The free cataract surgery to some senior citizens at the Obak Eye Hospital in the outskirts of Yaoundé is to uplift this challenge, many of whom see eyes operated upon and some returning with restored sight. The goal of the hospital is to reach out to 500 people by the end of this month.
That report takes us to the end of today's edition of the Primetime Newscast in the English language on Canal the International. The French edition will be yours at 19h50 with Alain Gisler Kanga. Up next is Debrief de l'Actualité with Lil Piedjou. I will be yours again same time tomorrow, God's willing. Bye-bye.